What is psychodynamic psychotherapy? Could you give us sort of a concise explanation about what is psychodynamic psychotherapy and how does it differ from other therapeutic approaches?
Well, the fastest way I can describe that is if you could indulge me with something, I'd like to give you psychotherapy for 2 minutes. With that, and sorry to spring this on you, I hadn't discussed that beforehand because otherwise it wouldn't actually be worthwhile. Um, I have a timer with me. Would you be open to psychoanalysis for about 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thanks very much. You don't have much option, I realize. Okay, starting now. What would you like to talk about?
Psychodynamic psychotherapy.
Mhm. And what is your reason for that?
Well, I guess I'm sitting here looking to delve into your mind. And I understand it's probably a situation that's not a normal therapeutic relationship, I guess, but I'm here to delve into your mind to really understand what the concept of psychodynamic psychotherapy is. And of course, bring all of that to the audience.
Hmm. But what we discussed was the idea of me giving yourself psychoanalysis. What makes you wish to change the topic towards something else?
Because I'm thinking about the audience. I'm thinking about someone else in the room, even though it's just two of us.
Yeah, it's an artificial thing, isn't it? There's lots of other people here. I also noticed that when you started, you were juddering your sentences, your words were sort of like not sort of connecting to each other. I got the impression that you were quite anxious.
Well, most certainly. I think every time I start off a webinar, I definitely have a certain amount of anxiety. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Particularly if the interviewer throws you a curveball like this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
And is that anxiety always there?
No, not really. No, it'll settle. It'll settle as the hour and a half goes by. Yes, yes.
Right. Okay. And how long do you think we've been doing this for?
Oh, I think maybe a minute and a half.
Pretty much right. Okay. All right. Now, how was that?
Well, surprising. I thought it was thinking about the audience. I think it's a really innovative and interesting start. I really liked it.
But what did you make of when I was repeating back to you the things that you were doing and your body language? How did that feel?
Well, it felt that obviously you connected and you can see, even though you're through the computer virtually, you obviously were able to identify potentially how I was feeling um, by sort of connecting the dots with how I started. Yeah, so you talked about the certain anxiety that I tend to have. I thought I hit it well, but yeah, you spotted it.
But well, what was it like for me to point out your anxiety?
What does it feel like?
Hmm.
Well, obviously revealing. Um, Probably, I guess. Well, now I'm sort of shifting between between trying to role play a little bit versus, but I guess obviously highlights a little bit of that vulnerability as well. And even though I've done it 100 times, it's always there at the start.
It is, and there's also the thing that I want to put forward about psychodynamic psychotherapy is how confronting it is. The patient feels judged. The patient feels intruded upon, and straight away puts up defenses, which even you, as a seasoned professional who has been doing this for decades, still finds the need to sort of obtusely run around things. Your very first sentences that you were saying to me, and you have absolutely no reason to hide things in this circumstance. I mean, it's a webinar for crying out loud. But even then, you still felt the pressure to be able to say, oh, well, I am saying these things because it's obviously the way that I'd be wanting to say about things. And that's what psychodynamic psychotherapy does within a free association model. So, a free association, the beauty of it is that you have the patient say whatever they want to. The challenge of it is that the patient has nowhere to run. Every single thing that they say gets reflected back towards them. Unconscious defenses are uncovered. The person's true motivations for things are being described. And because whatever the person brings in is their own decision, they're accountable for whatever they say. And With psychodynamic psychotherapy, it essentially is about dealing with the unconscious. And that is the big part where it differentiates from other therapeutic approaches. It's about bringing the unconscious to the fore by interpretation, reflection, recognition of defense mechanisms, identifying patterns in how people behave, and the ways that we try to avoid portraying our innermost thoughts towards others as well as to themselves, which is why it differs so much from other therapeutic approaches. Is a lot of fun, but also I can feel incredibly dangerous. So the short version of explaining it is to demonstrate what we had here: free association with delving into the unconscious.